All right, so Georgia passes a new voting law because there was chaos in Georgia on the presidential vote. I don't think there was widespread corruption. I think there was some problems in Atlanta, Fulton County, but I can't prove it. I can't prove it. It's just an observational thing. But the legislature and the governor of Georgia says we need to tighten up our election. Whoa, it's racist. Roll the tape.
If Brian Kemp's goal over the last 24 hours is not to recall the worst aspects of racialized voter suppression, white supremacy, and the fight against Democratic representation in the Jim Crow South, well, I got to say, he's doing a very poor job of that.
So that moron, and he is indeed a moron. I mean, it's just shocking that this guy could even have a national forum. He basically insulted everybody in the South, the Jim Crow South. No, that's not the way the South is today. But he doesn't. I don't think he's probably, well, it's just so ridiculously unintelligent, okay? So it's basically, if you pass a law that tightens up the election, makes it harder to commit fraud, you're racist. Because you're disenfranchising black voters. Why? Why wouldn't you disenfranchise every vote? Why don't just blacks are disenfranchised by elections that are tightened up? Nobody knows. Okay, I'm going to tell you 5 things this new law does, and you tell me whether they're racist, okay? First one, makes it a misdemeanor crime, all right, to give anyone anything while voters are waiting in line, because they don't want the appearances of a Democratic ward chief coming down and giving people Big Mac or malted or whatever it may be. They don't want any of that. Sounds kind of reasonable, right? You're going to wait in line, you bring a water, fine. You bring a snack, fine. You bring it. Number 2, allows local officials in Georgia to begin processing, but not tabulating, okay? Not counting, just putting the votes where they can be easily counted, all right, starting 2 weeks before the election. So the write-ins come in, they separate them so they can be easily tabulated, but you don't count them before Election Day. Sounds reasonable to me, because if you do count them before Election Day, you leak to the press. That happens all the time. Is that fair? No, not fair. All right, number 3, all absentee ballots to be printed on special security paper and your precinct name will now be included along with your precinct ID printed at the top. So you have an ID number, and Georgia gives it to you if you want to vote absentee or by mail on special paper so somebody can't make up a vote. Sounds reasonable, right? 4, expands early voting access for most counties, adding an additional mandatory Saturday and Sunday. That makes it easier for everybody to vote, does it not? Is that racist? And then finally, shortens the runoff cycle. So if there's a state election that hasn't gotten above 50%, there's a runoff, from 9 weeks to 4 weeks. That racist? So none of this stuff is even remotely racist. So what the deuce is that moron talking about? He doesn't care. The progressive left just wants any kind of ballot accepted. Whether it's fraudulent, whether it's not, they don't care. They don't want any restrictions at all. I'll remind you that Canada and Mexico both have voter ID laws. But we can't have it because it's racist. I guess it's not racist in Canada and Mexico, but it's racist here. If we were to have a national law passed, you got to show an ID in order to vote. So we know you're an American citizen. That's racist. Fellow Americans, I am concerned about the U.S. dollar. Huge debt, as you know. Will it stay as the world's reserve currency? That's why now more than ever, I recommend you diversify with gold and silver. And the only company I recommend, and have for years, is American Hartford Gold. I trust them. I've personally done business with them. They sell physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA. And they make it very easy. So call them right now. Make sure you tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you and they will give you up to $2,500 of free silver on your first order. Since I have been recommending American Hartford Gold, gold shot up more than 40%. Silver, more than 60%. So don't wait, call them now, 866-501-5201. 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Again, that's 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Bill O'Reilly here. Thank you for watching this video, and make sure you subscribe to the First TV YouTube page. Just hit the big red subscribe button below, and you'll get clips and highlights of my program, The No Spin News, every single day. We'll see you soon.